Real life street stars. We here with the legendary.
What's good?
The legendary Hurricane Chris in this bitch. What it is, brother?
Man, I'm just chilling. What's popping? I'm glad to be here.
Same shit, different toilet, brother. Man, what you been up to?
Man, working.
Man, last time I seen you, man, you was at RealLyfe Productions Recording Studio. I think you was doing that back to back.
You had a different location.
Yeah, we had a different location, man. When I heard that song, I was like, oh, this nigga is not playing no games with these niggas, man.
It look like y'all got y'all money up now.
You wanted to look that way.
Pete.
I'm just trying to see what y'all did.
That Pete. EDIL.
Yeah.
Now, hey, we got more cats on your level sitting on the couch. That's what we did.
Okay.
Now, I want to start off by just recapping.
Who was like your first biggest artist on
I want to say, Boosie was probably our first biggest. Mo3 was local.
Yeah.
Boosie was, when Boosie came through and gave us the stories, we like, okay, we on to something.
That's crazy.
I want to ask.
You came,
And he came and rolled a blunt.
Okay.
About 7 minutes.
Okay.
Man, what was your first impression of our artist? Because I often like to ask, like, what was the ambiance like? Because I feel like it was a roach hole, but
say that again.
I feel like it was a roach hole. But what was when you came and recorded our last place? What was your impression?
When I pulled up, it was kind of like it definitely wasn't this type of feel.
Definitely wasn't this.
I felt like
no greeters at the door.
Nah, it was a place where you wanna leave somebody outside. Yeah.
That's real. But you from the bottom, so you can understand, nigga having to work their way. Because before that, we was in something even worse than that. So it was just like the progression. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was cool. I wasn't uncomfortable, but I'm aware as well.
Yeah. So man, let's take us through there, man. Because man, you've been going fucking crazy, man. You got a new single, My Bae.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've ever seen. I think you might be the first person to remix their own hit and make the hit again and make it hard, just like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that's crazy. Like, take us through when, I think the first time what happened was it went TikTok crazy and it was an organic My Bae challenge. When were you aware that, oh shit, my song is re-trending?
You got this cat named Juby25, and he was doing the footwork dance, the crazy dance you see everybody doing with sliding with their feet.
Yeah.
I saw him do it and I ain't really paid too much attention. I was like, that's crazy. And then people start sending it to me and I'm like, oh snap, this is going viral, but I still ain't pay attention to it. I ain't really just psyched out about the internet like that.
Right.
So eventually it just started getting to the point where I was like, yeah, this really gonna be something.
Right.
And that's around that time is when I decided to, go ahead and get in action and move with it.
Right. So this is what I want to know, right? So the dance is going crazy on TikTok. At what point did the actual streams of your old A Bae start going up, or did you just be like, man, fuck that, I got to immediately jump on this?
Well, the streams for A Bae went up, and I just got tired of people, sending me to TikTok and saying, yo, this viral. I do music. I don't do TikToks.
Thanks.
So my way of joining the party is to add what I bring, which is the music.
Thanks. Now, I got to address it because, we're in Dallas and, Bae, he took the A Bae and was, pushing on his own. And then you flipped it, made it My Bae, made it more of a love story. Did you ever have any interaction with Bae in regards to, hey, what he's pushing and what you're pushing as far as just what that was?
Nah, I don't even have no relationship with Bae. So I definitely ain't talked to him about nothing he was doing.
That's what I was gonna ask. On the video, was that the what's the name who you got actually doing the dance? That's the original guy who was doing it, right?
Yeah, that's him. That's Juby25.
How was that conversation as far as getting him to pull up, and did he know who you was? Did he put some respect on the name of the song and everything?
When I hit people up, I don't really just demand them to show me this crazy respect. I kind of like to show you respect first, and he was that same type of cat. I told him I liked what he was doing, and he told me he liked what I was doing, and that's how we started the conversation. And I just told him I'm gonna be in Atlanta. Pull up on me. I'm gonna put y'all in the video, you know. And he pulled up and we knocked it out.
So there was one person, there was a lady that, you know, that actually, I guess, originally made this, or put the house music to it and made the sample. And then she went online and kind of made it seem like you didn't reach out to her and all that. What was that about? Like,
number one, she ain't from the South. Like,
Number one, first.
So, you know, we got this thing about courtesy, and showing that courtesy. I know you got a lot of young dummies, but the true roots that we was always known for in the South was being courteous. You know, holding the door for one another and just being generous. If we go fishing and I catch 30 fish in your pond, on my way back to my car, I knock on your door and I throw you 15 of them, 10 of them, because I fished in your pond. And I go about my business. But when you leave the South, you start to see people operate in different manners. And what they did was go fishing in my pond and then attempt to go to their car and put all the fish in the car and just drive off. When I caught them, and I was like, y'all caught 100 fish? And y'all ain't asked me, can y'all come on my pond? Or say thank you for this fruitful pond with all these fish. How many fish you caught? 100? Thank you. Appreciate it. Let me get that.
Right.
Let me get that.
yeah, because in the comments I was seeing, everybody was looking at her like, nigga, you sampled his song. Like,
Yeah.
like what you mad at him for? That's his shit.
Exactly. It's like if I take your bike and go put new trick pegs on it and trick it out and just make it the coldest mongoose or whatever type of bike the hood ever seen. I stole it. You walk to my house and get your bike back.
Yeah, I don't care what you did to it.
I don't care what you did to it. What you want your stuff back off the bike you stole?
Talk about it.
You tripping. You're really supposed to, you know, be in trouble for even taking something that wasn't yours. And if I wanted to go about it in that manner, you know, really could have went about it in that manner.
What part does Tony Tone come in as far as the anniversary? Is that on the My Bay version as far as
Yeah.
Do they come in like as far as do they come into this
So
song
what the
anyway?
DJs did was they splashed up me, my neck, my back, Beyonce, and Tony Tone.
Oh shit. That was all mashed into that.
On my record, I only use my sample and the Tony Tone sample. So I took Kai off, Beyonce, and if it was something else, whatever else, or if that was it, then, you know, I took that off.
For those who don't really understand the music business, can you explain, like, when you sample a song, what that does for the artist as far as taking percentages away from them as far as eating and publishing?
Well, when DJ Khaled used people's stuff, normally he try to incorporate the artist.
That's dope.
So y'all make money together. You don't see DJ Khaled just running around with Lil Baby verses and Lil Baby don't benefit off of it in no kind of way. Now, if Lil Baby choose to give him that verse, then that's respectable. But I think we faced with new cats in the industry that really don't understand the ethics of the industry, like the rules of the game. They just picked up a DJ board and decided to be a DJ a couple years ago, and they really wasn't even around when this game was put together. You know, if you move with respect, you're gonna always get respect. A stranger probably can get in your house if it's a respectful situation. If he knock on your door and you understand that this is a person who, you know, mean well. So it's not about me not knowing you. It's all about how you approach me.
Now you've been in this game 10 plus, and like you've seen the shit change from what it used to be to what it is now, especially with the integration of social media and all that. Is it hard for you to navigate the new waters, or how do you move in this new thing that we call in the new music industry? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I never had to move based on time changing. Like, the hits that I got is like classical hits, and like my music pretty much in a lane of its own. So I mean, when I come somewhere, it's Hurricane Chris coming somewhere. I ain't really trying to mimic nothing else I see. You feel me? I'm like,
No, I mean more so like you got like we was discussing like DJs now, or we got these things called influencers, or just individuals who don't really have any contribution to what you've created as musically, but they feel like they have some type of ownership to it.
oh well, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, and that's just what I was speaking on. I mean, I guess it's just people feeling like you owe them something, or people not having the manners to ask you for something out of your kitchen. At the end of the day, everybody work and grind for what they create. You know, I can't run off with real life street stars interviews and mix it with nothing else and call it the Hurricane G mix. I can't do that. You feel me? And then y'all, and then I see y'all say something about the Hurricane Real Life G mix, and then I get mad at y'all. So y'all stole my slogan. Like,
Hey, you know, it's wild because that's what happens. A nigga will steal our interviews, upload it, and they get mad when you copyright strike that shit. Nigga, take that shit down. You fucking our money up.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I ain't even do that.
Yeah, right.
I could have did that.
You could
I could have copyrighted them. I could have went legal. I could have got lawyers to really make them spend some real money.
So I just got to ask from a music standpoint. When you do My Bay and you're sampling your own record, how does that work? Like, do you get publishing on your own publishing, or like how does that work?
It depends on how good the record do. I mean, if it do good, you definitely gonna receive publishing. Yeah, and like I say, it's pretty much the same situation. So when I re-released the record, it wasn't like I had to look for a new deal for the record or nothing like that, because I already got a contract for the existing rights and the life for the rights of the record. So it was just me getting on the phone with my CEO and saying, hey, we're gonna do this, and he was like, you know, everything good, just let's do it.
So I got to ask this too, because prior to that record dropping, you dropped the song back to back.
Yeah.
Which for me, that was one of the hardest songs that I heard in a long ass time, and I jammed that shit religiously. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that.
And then, for whatever reason, that song just happened to trend, and then that popped off. So did you look at that like, damn, God really just blessed me? Like, I just kind of got a rollout out of nowhere. So how does that happen when you're putting out music and then they just bless you with that type of feature, and now you can just be like, well, shit, now we got a good ass rollout?
Speaking of the record back to back, I think I wanna remix it and put a feature on it. I think I'm gonna do that. So
For sure.
look out for that real soon. And it's basically like you never know what's gonna pop. You call yourself working on something and saying this what's gonna be big, and you wake up and it's a record you really don't even like. That's just bigger than everything you got. You ain't really in control. All we can do is put out the music and just like see what the fans gonna gravitate towards. Like I got people telling me that they doing it the right way and that their recipe is the right way and that like they know this gonna be their single, and they like, I mean, you just gotta put out the content and let the people choose. Whatever go up, that's what go up. That's your single.
Now, do you know how to do the dance?
Do what?
Do you know how to do the dance?
Nah, I don't know how to do the dance.
We don't want to see you try. Don't even make the attempt. Now, I'm curious of, to have like a song like when you first came out and A Bay be on 106 in Park, and you see how the fans gravitated live and how BT and see that motion behind it. How was it as far as knowing that you had the same song technically, same type of hit vibes, and it's moving at the same clip, but you don't have those entities like 106 in Park?
Well, I mean, I can't be mad at them. They don't exist no more.
Yeah, I know, right?
106 and Park it just don't exist.
Do you?
It's a new game now.
Yeah, like now you got to get it. You got to get it yourself. YouTube, of course, is
it's like the Spotify and the YouTube and all of these different platforms. They make money and they get you a lot of notoriety too. So,
do you feel like we need those video platforms back? Like as far as just to highlight music videos, would it make people put more creativity in their videos?
Because I think if platforms like that still held all the power, then platforms like this wouldn't exist.
That's facts.
You wouldn't be able to do this production here if 106 and Park still existed.
Now, another song that you recently released that I vibe to is Hennessy. because I'm a Hennessy drinker. What's some of the wildest things that had happened to you while you was on that Hennessy?
I got alcohol poisoning on it.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I drank too much of it on my birthday, and I was taking antibiotics because I had like a broke tooth, and I doped up on the antibiotics to make sure that my mouth ain't hurt on my birthday or swell up. So the Hennessy, I drank like almost a fifth of hen from that evening to that night. Then people started giving me like vodka and all kind of other stuff. That's one of my worst experiences. I had to go to the hospital the next day.
Yeah, I'm about to say, for those who don't know what alcohol poisoning is, because some people just feel like they could drink till they throw up or whatever. What exactly was it for you as far as just getting through that, going to the hospital, getting out,
Like I woke up in the morning and I just realized I felt stupid sick. I was trying to make it to the door. I couldn't even get out the door. I ended up collapsing on the floor, just throwing up. It was a gallon of water in my hotel room. I grabbed it. Every time I tried to drink it, I just threw up crazy. Like any liquid I tried to put in my body made me throw up to the point where I ain't had no throw up left to throw up. So it was just crazy, man. I don't know. I can't explain it. I ain't never felt like that before.
Man, which leads me to my next question. Like, man, you had a hell of a life, man, with the music. I'm sure it took you to some partying and shit. But so now that you're, in the game, as long as you've been and seen what you done seen, does that kind of vibe still hit to you? Like, do you still want to go out? Do you still like to kick it like that?
Yeah, I still like to have fun. Yeah, I ain't gonna. What you trying to say?
No, I mean like, because I
I'm
seen the
sitting
post.
in the house mad.
No, I just seen the post like
with the window closed.
Nah, because Plies had a post. He was like, "Hey, when I'm in the club now, don't send me all them bottles of sparkles on it, the names and shit. That's for niggas who ain't had money for a long time. You can just bring my shit." And it's like he didn't want no turn up feel. He just wanted, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I guess if that attitude might come with being older and just balling for a long time.
Yeah, Plies a little older. Plies older than me. Like, Plies probably got 10, 12 years on me.
Yeah. You got in the game so young, bro. Niggas be thinking you older than what you are type shit. Now, this is a fan question. They're asking, would you ever collaborate with Willie Jones, who is another artist out of Shreveport who does country music, but he's black?
He hard? He go hard?
Super hard. Like, if you look him up, he got millions of views, but he just do country music. He's just different. But it's another person out of Louisiana, out of Shreveport, where you from, but he just does country music. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean? Hell yeah, I do a song with him.
Yeah.
Ratchet country.
Hey, that
this
might
thing
be
go dumb. This thing going diamond. Yeah.
dumb shit. Another question that they ask is, should a new artist focus on gaining a following in their closest major city, or should they grind and visit other cities nearest them?
Bro, I be arguing with one of my homeboys about this all the time. He call me and tell me how he finna go to Atlanta and perform on this stage and do this and do that. I be like, bro, we got a small city, Shreveport, Louisiana. If you can't get that going and have that backstory to take to Atlanta, then you wasting your time. That's like you got it's, I mean, who wanna see a story of somebody who couldn't get no fans in their hometown and they just went somewhere else and blew up? Like, who are you? You ain't got no people who can say you used to be over there on such and such, or like, so like, you should want that notoriety in your hometown. Like that come first, like before anything.
Nah, facts. Especially if you're rapping about the street life. It's like, you gotta have a street life.
Yeah. I mean, even if you ain't rapping about the street life, I just feel like don't come telling me you lit and they don't even know about you at home where you at. Or don't come telling me you trying to come perform over here and you sit at home and you ain't got that all the way popping yet. Like,
so is it safe to say if you can't get the people in your hometown, then rapping ain't for you probably? Music ain't for you?
Some people, they may appeal to another state better than they appeal to their state. So, but with rap and being like a artist for the streets, if your hometown ain't behind you, then you ain't got no streets behind you.
Now I believe it's funny because, well, it's not funny, but you had the situation that happened with you out in Shreveport, where you caught the 2nd-degree charge, and then I believe after you bonded out, you came to RealLyfe Studios, and I believe he dropped how many songs? Back to back, and then I think he dropped another song. And as far as you moving during this time, as far as religion come into play, how far as being prayed up and making sure everything is family and things like that, because again, from everything we see that, all right, man, this is a praying man. This man right here is a man of God. Therefore, he's using that, again, to just even push himself forward. How has that been for you as far as just, your religious journey through all this?
Ah, man, if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't get through nothing,
Talk about it.
That's what keep me going. Like, yeah, I pray, I believe in, like giving up the praise where it's supposed to be given up, and it ain't really too much I feel like can stop me. Like, as long as you do right and you ain't purposely trying to do no wrong, or you ain't doing wrong, like, God gonna be with you. Even when you might not be perfect, but only thing I know is my belief system, it give me a different level of belief and a different level of strength. Like, I really don't be tripping on nothing, bro. Like,
there you go.
Like, I don't be tripping on nothing.
How important is it to get your testimony on record? You know what I'm saying? That, we all have one life to live, to where, what you drop on record is gonna be here after you. It's gonna be your story and your legacy that, your kids will, be able to go back and look at. How important is it to get your story and your testimony on record, like, to record and get these songs out?
I definitely don't feel like I'm in a place of urgency. So, I ain't trying to rush nothing. Yeah. Like, I want everything to happen naturally.
Trust the process.
Yeah.
Man, like I said, you've been turning up, man. From the off the block, freestyle that you did to the, My Bay, to the, you got new singles out right now. The latest single that I just seen, it had an Empire stamp on it. Are you now with Empire, or are you still independent?
Yeah.
Still independent?
I ain't signed no contract.
Got you.
I had a few different situations on the table, but I'm gonna continue to do what I'm doing, and this next phase of music, I'm gonna drop this next album, the next mixtape. I'm gonna do it my way, like.
Got you.
And just focus on doing all my own promotions throughout my team. I got a big team. Shout out to the Mimi agency, Jay and 2. Like, I pretty much been doing this for a while. So I just feel like, more importantly, I want to put out the music that I choose to put out right now. And if it's a situation that come about later, maybe I entertain it if it's a good situation. But with me rebuilding the brand and beginning to put out music again, it's important that I'm able to have full control and make my vision come to life before it get overshadowed by somebody who gave me a bag, or, because I had that happen. I had somebody put stupid bags in my hand, and then over the next couple of months, my vision gone. They telling me, nah, let's do this, let's do that. One of my last investors told me, let's spend $100,000 on radio.
Oh, man.
I said, let's do what? This was a couple years ago.
Damn.
This wasn't when radio was popping. I said, nah. I said, let's do internet promotions and all of that type stuff. Let's just deal with the internet. Like, let's just, do it for real, like the organic way. And they was.
He was trying to take a little cut off the top of that. He's trying to bump them numbers a little bit.
Not on me. Not on me.
And we have this discussion often. So is radio dead? Do you feel like there's any importance for artists to be on radio now?
I just feel like if I got $300,000, I'm not about to go spend $150 to $250 on radio as I would 10 years ago.
Right.
Now, I'm gonna pull that out and I'm gonna hit up RealLyfe street stores.
Yeah, shout out.
Hey, I need y'all to go hard on this, blast this, promote this. I'm gonna reach out, you know. I'm gonna holler at them boys over there, say cheese, like, you know.
Do you like this? Do you like, because it seems like with the way that things are now, it's so black owned as far as like we're taking the control back. You know, like you said, we have a platform. Say cheese got it. All these people got their own platforms, and everybody respects what you do. So you're never gonna have a problem going through there. So is it better for you now than it was back then when you had a record, or?
Yeah, it's better now. It's better now. I actually sat down with my people and I had a bunch of crazy interviews all over in California with this big podcast and that podcast. And I was like, hey, I need to sit down with people that can speak to me, that I could have conversations with. Like, yeah, these people might have millions of views, but my conversation with them gonna be garbage. I ain't gonna have nothing to talk about with these people. I'm gonna look stupid. They ain't gonna talk about nothing that's going on in the community, in the neighborhoods we came up in. I don't know. You know, I like to sit with people that the conversation don't feel stupid. You know, you asking me, so when's the next album? So how did it feel to become a rapper? And I'm ready to go, bro. I'm finna go. I walk out of them type of interviews. Like,
I'll talk about it.
And I tell a person, man, you need to go to school for this or something.
Yeah,
like,
get in tune.
Same stupid question.
Now, I gotta ask you, you know, the world watched what recently happened with JayDaYungan out in Louisiana, and of course, you know, Lil Snoop and countless others that, you know, being their hometown, especially seems in Louisiana, that artists get to a certain level of bubbling, and then the attention comes, and then they become too accessible. It seems to happen concurrently in you know, Louisiana, you know, Texas, Mo3. What are your thoughts as far as when an artist gets to bubbling right at that level? You know, you was able to overcome and get to that, you know, superstardom level. But when you're bubbling, like, how should artists move? Should they have security? Should they be at the house? Like when you got you're doing millions of views on YouTube, you kind of got a name for yourself.
Well, you wanna be out of the way, but I think with JayDaYungan, I think he couldn't leave.
Yeah, he was had the situation on it. He couldn't leave.
He was stuck.
And they say when you're stuck there, your address could actually be, you know, if people know how to.
So I feel like that's a law that need to change. Say for instance, if you somewhere and you catch a charge, it should be something you can show and say, hey, this place is dangerous for me. It's people, I can prove that it's people here who are willing and want to do me harm. They got my location. I need to be able to leave here immediately. You should be able to have a hearing within 48 hours to discuss if your life is in danger in your current living conditions.
No, that's facts.
And they should make a decision right then and there. A judge should make a decision.
Yeah, because it's almost like you feel like a sitting duck. And when you're supposed to be able to go out and tour and do things, and that's your livelihood, I need to be able to hire, if I need security, I need to be able to hire security to do some stuff, and I can't leave. So it's almost like you put me in a catch-22 scenario.
That's crazy. It's like who responsible for that? You told me I couldn't leave here, and people knew I was here, and they came here.
But I feel like that shit is just such a ploy, because it's like they want you to be killed or they want you to be.
It's like a setup, right?
Yeah.
It might be like, that's crazy.
Because I mean, why would you tell a motherfucker, hey, even though you don't live out here, and all the people that you talk about and all your enemies live right around the corner from you, but you can't go nowhere. This shit just always been crazy.
I mean, but this America. When have America ever had a heart?
Yeah, man, shit.
For anybody.
Now, I know you used to be a battle rap. You know, you used to be in the battle rap. I don't know if you still follow it, but do you still follow battle rap at all?
I watch it.
Man, Pat Stay just died.
But it's too disrespectful for me to get into.
So
when we was doing it, we wasn't saying nothing about.
Yeah.
I don't even want to. The stuff they say will never come out of my mouth, even if I can't even repeat it to you for you to know. I don't talk stupid talk like that. You feel me? Like,
was it more on the spot? Was it more
they
like
be talking about each other, mamas and grandmamas and relatives that ain't here no more? Like,
they be going forward with it.
Y'all really this mad or this for some money or something? Like, that's where I really be trying to figure that out. Like,
what's the last battle that you recall watching?
Now, I sit up and watch them all the time, like almost every other day.
The URL
the last thing I was watching, what's the boy name? The big dude who hold a drink in his hand?
Goods? You talking about Goods?
What's his name?
Goods, yeah.
That's my favorite dude right now.
Goods, yeah.
He raw. He's natural. I don't like animated
Oh, I got you.
I don't like animated comedians. I don't like animated people, period.
Got you.
If
Just
you
like that
around
straight-
me and you
yeah.
too goofy, I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna want to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that being said, like I know Louisiana is like one of the big spots for battle rap. Houston and Louisiana are two of the one places that battle rap really recognized. And do you ever catch any of those events out in Louisiana at all, or is it just?
I done caught some I think I went to some battle rap events in Dallas, but I ain't been to none in Louisiana. Louisiana a different type of state. I don't think they advance as far as the battle rap. Like you got to think, it's like London. We speak a certain language. You spitting and thinking you spitting bars may not come off the same to somebody across the country. You understand what I'm saying? Like I feel like battle rap is something for well-spoken individuals. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Intellectual, well-spoken individuals. Louisiana more of a we are well-spoken individuals and we are intellectual, but when it comes to the music we make, we don't make that kind of music. We make more soulful, feel good, or heartfelt music. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying?
And I have to ask, speaking of the state of Louisiana, young boy just had his 9th child, and what I see is a lot of cats that we interview from Louisiana. A lot of cats. I could go down the list, but you know, they be having a lot of kids coming out of Louisiana, man. What is it about the women out there, man, that make a nigga can't just pull out of something? I don't know, like niggas.
It might be shooting something in the air to mess with our hormones.
It might be something. Man. I'm like I be like, it's like, damn.
There ain't nothing else to do. You in the country.
That's what someone else says. He's like, there's nothing else to do.
Go stupid all day.
I felt bad because when they had that abortion law, I thought of immediately of Louisiana. I'm like, bro, there's a lot of, you know, I mean, damn, you know what I'm saying? Just like, shit, it's horrible.
I got homegirls who had babies at like 12 years old.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is it like, when it comes to, you know, just as you were growing up, was like, did people raise a family like a village, or everyone was kind of to themselves, like in certain neighborhoods and things like that? Was everyone like?
It was a village.
Okay, yeah, so they'll help raise.
Yeah. My grandma would go somewhere and tell me to go next door to the neighbor's house. Yeah, and she didn't have to ask him. All I had to do was knock on the door. So, you know, something like that.
What's the one thing that you've seen online, you know, because you've been in the headlines and stuff, that you feel like is just way off?
What I seen online?
Yeah, like, you know, you've been in the headlines and stuff like that. What are some of the things that you've seen on the headlines or comments that people have you painted wrong?
On headlines. To be honest with you, I don't be reading like the news and paying attention to what they say in headlines. Like, I'm gonna give you a prime example of how I wake up. I wake up in the morning looking for some water to drink. And I'm going to the stove to make me some breakfast. After that, I turn on YouTube and listen to videos that give me knowledge for background music. It's not music, but background noise. So while I'm sitting there putting on my clothes or looking at what I'm finna put on after I just ate breakfast, I got YouTube playing. I'm getting knowledge about whatever business it is I'm trying to venture off into. That's how I learn about stuff. I play audio books. Whatever it is I'm trying to get into, I might listen to audio books on that subject for 6 months at a time until I know everything I need to know about it. You know. After that, I try to focus on things that only have something to do with my personal life and my finances. I don't even like to turn the TV on, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I don't like to turn the TV on.
Yeah. I feel you.
I don't like to know too much of what's going on the outside. Like,
right. Tunnel vision type shit.
When I use a TV, it's for information.
Gotcha.
I don't like just
you don't like wasting
random
time.
content.
Yeah, you don't like filling your head. You don't fill your mind up with a lot of bullshit.
Like I turn on Power, bro.
Yeah.
Just to text. just so it ain't dead quiet.
Right.
Now I heard all the episodes, but I have to go back and watch them because I ain't seen them.
Right. That makes sense.
But I heard everything.
I seen the interview where you was like, you know, you was in a room with a bunch of millionaires and billionaires, and if you had the knowledge, you'd have been like, let me get that 30 million so I can build these apartments and these projects, and I'll flip that 30. What are some investments now that you in that you just kind of, like you said, with the YouTube and the knowledge that you have now, that you're onto now that you have the knowledge?
Right now what I'm into is making sure that when your grandparents get old and you gotta come do real life street stars and you can't sit at the house with her and take care of her, I'm making sure that you got somebody you can trust to take care of your relatives. So my newest, and like I call it a blessing, like it's a blessing. Like I'm doing assisted living for the elderly.
Thank you for that. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I had a granny that just passed away like last week, and she was in a nursing home, and I was in there and I felt like they're not really taking care of her in here. Like she needs to be at home with someone helping her. Like that's kind of more honor. And so thank you for doing that, because you know people forget, if you grow old and you by yourself and your kids ain't doing good, somebody need to help.
Yeah.
You know, so that's important right there.
That's something. Before that, I opened a truck company. I got a few other things that I'm working on. I really don't want to speak on too much right now because I'm about to start showing it within like the next month. Like I got something big I'm working on.
A lot of Black business owners and entrepreneurs do not like to show or put their face to their brands or type of businesses they're building because they feel like their own people won't support it. Do you feel like that?
This business that I'm creating right now is not a business that I have to ask my people to support. This is a business that allows me to support my people.
Hey.
I'm telling you, bring your grandma over here and I'm gonna take care of her, bro, like she my grandma. This ain't a business I'm creating with my money. This is a business that I'm actually gonna be overseeing, and I'm stepping into these houses and making sure they ran like they supposed to be ran, and everybody gonna be treated like I would want my grandma to be treated. That's something I'm serious about. Yeah.
So is that something that's already in motion? That's
already in motion.
So can you let everybody know if they need that service work?
It's gonna be called a Jewel Family Care Home.
Okay.
Yep. So.
And that's gonna start in
it's
Louisiana.
It's named after one of my grandmothers. You know. So.
And that's gonna be in Louisiana. It's
starting in Louisiana. My next location is gonna be Atlanta, and I want to try to get into Texas as well.
For sure.
I want to try to do Dallas as well.
Oh, we need that. No, definitely. I don't know if you grew up there, but I have to ask you. We get a lot of people, and we see it a lot as far as in Shreveport, the stories about Cooper Road. How important is Cooper Road and the history that goes down there?
It's important.
Yeah. Tell us as far as what makes it so legendary, as far as like, you know, because again, you know, we just 2 hours up the road, but we don't know the intricate details.
It's his own place. They ain't never cared about what nobody else was doing. They ain't never followed trends. They did them for life and gonna always do them for life. It ain't no place like the Cooper Road. I ain't from the Cooper Road. I'm from Cedar Grove.
Oh yeah.
But I got plenty of homeboys on the Cooper Road, and every time they invited me over there, like it was a place like I ain't never been before. Like I love the Cooper Road. I love the Cooper Road. Like
so, let's put it in perspective.
It's a city inside of a city. Yeah. Like I call Cooper Road his own town, his own city. Like
it's legendary. The way they talk about it. I'm like, man.
Yeah.
So let's put it like this, as far as perspective, man. If you would have asked, let's say, 10 kids out of Shreveport, have they left the city by age 18? How many would say they've left the city or the state?
2.
2 out of 10 might have left the city. Now,
that's
2
out of 10 man left the state. And
the state.
Yeah, they probably came to Dallas.
Yeah, I mean that's part of it. As far as they come, Man, that's a detriment right there as far as being able to open someone's eyes to see kind of more of the world. I'm sure the answer to that, the reason for that is poverty, but like, is there something where people just kind of have pride with staying where they're at and not moving around and have pride of like, I'm from here, I live here, I'm gonna die here?
And I ain't gonna say it's just poverty because I got a lot of homeboys with real money.
And I mean, if it ain't poverty, is it pride? Like just pride of your hometown?
I don't think it's pride. I think it's just you stuck in your ways. It's like once you've been doing something for so long, you lose the desire to try new stuff. If you ate pizza every day for 3 weeks straight, and I came over here and said, "Hey, bro, I'm hungry," you'll say, "Let's get a pizza." Like, if that's, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I think it's just after doing something for so long, you just, that's all you know.
Now, most recently, something that was sad to see in the news was
They ain't broke though. It ain't like they just there because they can't.
They got the means to leave.
Yeah,
they just choose not to get on the plane, not to get on the bus, not to drive their car.
They don't want to fly.
Yeah,
they don't want to do none of that. I got homeboys that ain't gonna get on a plane, and it gotta be like somebody gotta be dead for real. And I'm talking about, I don't know. It's just I don't like traveling like that, bro. In Louisiana, people got everything they need right there where they at. When you wake up in the morning, yeah, see, like in California or somewhere, you got the same thing in the hood. Like people in they certain little hoods, like Compton, they ain't gotta leave. They got everything they want right there. So as much as you saying it's a whole world out here, they enjoying the hell out of the world that they in. It's like, it's a such thing as not desiring as much as you desire. Because a lot of people think you gotta leave your hometown. Like, one thing I know for sure is if I sit in my hometown, everything I want gonna be brought right there to me. I was arguing with somebody from New York the other day. I was like, I don't know what you think going on down here. We got everything we want right here, just like you think you got all over the world. All my people right here, everybody who love me right here. I go out of town, I'm around weird people who I gotta look at funny, or they look at me funny when I ask them to do something. My people asking me if I need something every day. That ain't nothing that you itching to get away from. See, some people don't have a community like we got a community. Like, when I ride through my hood, it ain't no house I can't walk in. I can literally get out on feet and walk through my hood and just walk in from door to door. If you've been down there with me, you know that. And everybody gonna let me in. My car could break down anywhere in the city, and I can knock on any door. So a lot of the talk on how they say you gotta leave your city, you got ops everywhere. I ain't never experienced that. The only thing I ever experienced was everywhere I go, they say that. What up, Lil Kane?
So I got, because it's a big thing in Dallas, like blowing up from where you from, because you blew up in your city, right?
Yeah.
And your city actually propelled you. So that's got to feel a lot different than if you felt like you had to leave and get it from somewhere else. So why do you think your city supported you so much versus how other artists don't get that support?
Other artists don't get that support. Right. I mean, if they like the music, bro, they like the music.
Right.
Ain't nobody waking up saying, who can I support today? If somebody like the music, they like the music. And if they bump it, they bump it. Like, and if you ain't, you maybe they need to promote a little more. I don't feel like hating can stop your musical career from popping. Like, if a fan like your music, look at that, they say 6ix9ine a rat. He's still making money. You feel me? I don't know nothing about the case, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You feel me?
That's true. Now, I know you just said there's no place you would rather be but your home, because it sounds real good. But where is a place that you've been to that showed you a lot of love and you felt like, man, if I had to be somewhere, it would be right here?
Houston.
Houston?
Yeah.
Now, what is it about Houston? Was it because, no, you've been from Louisiana. Coming to Houston, like, let's just say the ladies, do they treat you different when they hear your accent? Yeah,
they do.
Yeah, it's like you already see, like, it's already up.
Yeah.
Do you get that everywhere you go from just women whenever because Louisiana?
Yeah, people, when I say something, they'll say it again.
Yeah,
people say that.
Oh, nah, that's real. That's real.
I be looking stupid like, say that. You think I'm really finna repeat that? I'm just finna say that again? That's crazy.
Man, is it because there's a lot of black love in Houston? There's a lot of black empowerment in Houston. Why you feel like we don't get that in other cities? Like the only other city I
got that because I got family in Houston. I've been going to Houston my whole life since I was a little boy. Rest in peace to one of my dear relatives. He passed away. But like, we used to go down there to see him like once a year. We used to go to Six Flags once a year. His daddy used to take us, sitting over there, his daddy pay for the whole family every year. Like,
Yeah, when they closed down Astro World, I was heartbroken. I'm like, damn. And Travis Scott tried to keep it alive, but when they closed Astro World in Houston, I'm like,
yeah. So I've been going since I was a little boy, and when I was probably about 16, Jay Prince, his family from Shreveport, Louisiana. Oh, that's where like the older relatives of his family, like a lot of them really from Shreveport. So he was in Shreveport one day and we was sitting down eating, and he just invited me down. I went down with him and we hung out in Houston, and we went to Vegas, kicked it at his house in Vegas. On the way back to Houston, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get a spot out here. He was like, yeah, go do that and let me know what it costs. I'm like, oh, snaps, he trying to buy me a spot out here. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna get my own spot. I'm gonna get a spot. I'm just letting you know I'm gonna come out here. I like the vibe, like the hospitality. I'm gonna come out here. I end up having my son in Houston, and man, you know, they treated me like family, the whole city, not just them, but everywhere else I went. I got a lot of hospitality, and I feel like the people there wasn't too far from the people in my hometown.
Speaking of Houston, over the last weeks, we've seen two Houston legends get into it on some family shit. And everybody felt some type of way about how it went down. You growing up and the way you and your homeboys kicked it, is there such thing as a fair fight or letting somebody get a fair one-on-one or a fade? Is that something that exists?
Yeah.
Is it because
that exists? A fade, a fair fade, yeah, that exists.
Because my normal practice is if I came with some homeboys and you fucking with my homeboy, we just gonna Jay you right off the bat.
Okay, just be ready for whatever come with that.
Oh yeah, you got to.
So I mean, so now we in Iraq. Now you're in Iraq. So whatever goes.
Now we in Iraq.
As long as you fucking with that.
Okay, so is the one-on-one a way to avoid that other piece of that?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Were you sad? Were you sad to see that between Zero and them? Were you like you as an artist? Were you sad to see that?
I ain't see the beginning of the video, so I don't know what happened.
Okay, yeah. So it's still in the air for you. It's out there, but again, you don't gotta don't go searching for it. Just
I mean, I seen what y'all saw, but I ain't see the whole video.
That's fact.
I ain't see the whole video. To be able to make judgment, you gotta see the whole video.
You gotta have everything. Gotta have everything.
I don't know. You gotta see the whole video, bro. I don't know. You feel me? You can't just go off of
a couple seconds in the end.
You gotta see
aftermath.
But for you, like, because everybody then grew up in a group or something like that. When it's an internal fight, what do you have a certain rule? Like, nah, we will never take it this far. We'll never beef online. Do you personally have a code where it's like, hey, we won't take it a certain level, or is it is what it is?
I pretty much be like laid back, and when it come to like if I could give somebody advice in that situation, I would tell them their job is to make it home safe.
There you go now.
So you should put your energy into protecting yourself, not protecting your pride, not protecting your ego.
Yeah.
Your goal is to make it home safe. It don't matter if somebody call you a buster, a lame. Man, you can stand in my face and say what you want to say to me. If I ain't no harm, my life ain't in danger, I'm going home. You understand what I'm saying? So the whole thing is, to me, only focus on the necessities. And the necessities is you going home to your family. Not nothing somebody's saying to you. not even sitting and discussing to somebody what we gonna do in a certain situation. You might end up in a situation just for discussing what you're gonna do in a situation. Somebody might not believe you and want to see what you're talking about. So even having those parameters set don't protect you. Only thing protect you is focusing on what matters, ignoring anything that's not a threat to your body or anybody around you. Talking, man, they go a million miles. You understand what I'm saying? You got your own personal space. As long as you can have that, shouldn't nothing bother you. No rap beef, shouldn't get nobody killed. None of that. Like,
I gotta ask you this from an artist perspective, right? What is a fair recording contract? Like everybody always complains about, I got fucked over this or the contract was this. What is a fair contract?
a fair contract is whatever you, hold up, first fairness mean us doing what we agree to.
That's, yeah, right. If we agree to it.
No, so like okay, for
If
instance.
we both agree to it, it's already fair.
For instance, they were saying the Megan Thee Stallion contract was like a 60-40 split.
If she was psyched out about that, it's fair. If she wanted that,
Let me sign.
it's fair. Maybe he wouldn't have did it if it wasn't that
Circumstances
percentage.
change don't mean it. Yeah, that was fair.
I mean, you feel what I'm saying? To me, fairness is you getting what we agree to give you.
Yeah, I think it was DJ Academics who said when
Is
your
it?
when your manager get 20%, if you're making $100, you don't mind giving them $20.
You don't.
But when you're making 10 million, that 2 million seems kind of hard. Now you're trying to figure out why he deserves 2 million. Like, but it was.
If you feel like that, you just fake. You just fake.
Talk
if you
about
feel
it.
like that. If whatever I owe you, I owe you. However the percentage go, I don't care. I owe you, bro.
Talk
You
about
can't, and that's why I don't mess with a lot of cats, cause you'll have cats who be broke and they swear to God, bro, we gonna get some money together, and I swear to God, everything gonna be 100. And you see some money start coming in, and then they start crumb bumming and complaining about paying you back for little stuff, and like, man, oh, you gave me that, you ain't saying that. Come on, man, I just put you on some money. Like,
I gave you a ride. Nigga, you bringing up old shit.
You ain't say you was charging me for that. The whole time, I just want to see some gratitude. That's it. Yeah.
Why doesn't the Louisiana artists all do more music together? I mean, y'all have jumped like, I feel like it would be almost like a Memphis situation if y'all just all, it's so many people in Louisiana that's jumping right now. You know what I'm saying? But y'all, I don't see none of y'all doing music together.
Name them.
You, what you got, Gates, you got Boosie.
I did songs with Gates and Boosie. I did a whole album with Boosie. I did a few songs with Gates.
Yeah.
I'm like the first artist to even find Kevin Gates. I was trying to shop Kevin Gates a deal way back in the Gap, so I've been supporting them from the jump. I had him on the road with me when he was young with long dreads. Look on his Instagram. I've been spending the night over Boosie house for weeks at a time since I was 16. So I rock with them boys.
Yeah. Not you per se, but I'm just saying, just the city as a whole. Like, you don't really like see videos, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just feel like.
I think, a lot of people probably got smoke with each other. That ain't fake. It's really a lot of people with smoke with each other.
Could you get money with somebody that you don't fuck with?
It depends on how I don't fuck with them. If I don't fuck with them from a business standpoint, then I can't get money with them because they already fucked me with money. So how can I get money with them when they already done show me that I can't get money with them?
So I got to get your stance on this because, you being in the music industry, Omarion had a falling out with B2K, and then they went and talked about as far as how a record is made. They're like, hey, Omarion's like, I made those songs, but they're like, hey, we were there helping you make it. When it comes to being in the studio, making songs, if a person is in there and he just says, hey, let me just say what's up on the track, or you get him in, is it a situation where the business should be taken care of up front, the split sheets?
Yeah, because he going to get some royalties.
Yeah.
He going to get some money. He getting something. He going to be on the stage with you when you accept the Grammy, too.
He going to, like, that name got to be right there in the credits in there.
He can ad-lib one word on your song, and when you go on stage to accept a Grammy, it's going to be a dude you never seen standing there before. That's the producer left his ad-libs on there.
So when someone, like, how many people be in the studio with you like that?
Nobody. I ain't hang out. We ain't hanging out. It's like I'm trying to do something and then go back where I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hanging out. It ain't no party for me.
Talk about we ain't about to figure.
I don't need no
7
party.
people up in here. We about to,
Yeah.
I was breathing in the background.
Well, I'm building one in my house right now, so I ain't. It's like I'm probably gonna use other studios, probably like to finish this album, but I don't never plan on using another studio outside of my house again after I fully build this thing out. Like,
Won't be no need on. I got you. Should they reopen?
I'm gonna use y'all's if I come out here.
Oh yeah, nah. Hey,
Using y'all.
just for the aesthetics.
Yeah,
Fuck with us.
yeah. But I don't rock
should-
with too many people like that. I don't know. I can't trust being around just anybody's studio, and you know what I'm saying.
Now we hear a
ain't
lot of
rocking
artists
like
that
that.
have those horror stories that horror stories is real in the music game.
Yeah.
Should they reopen Kokopellis?
Somebody bought it and it's called. I can't say the name of it because I forgot, but somebody bought it and it's a new name now.
Is it have you been there since? Is
It ain't the same. But I think it's a whole different. I think they're trying to attract like a different crowd.
Damn.
They might be playing different music and everything.
How important?
I ain't
was,
sure though. I'm not sure. I think.
How important was Kokopellis to Shreveport's music business? For those
To me, it was a place to break all my new music. Just like in Atlanta, they got Onyx,
yeah, there you go.
and they got they main Magic City. I think that's where they really go to break their music, Magic City.
Yeah, nah, facts.
It was our Magic City. If you wanted to break a record, you could come there, and if the DJs played it in there and they liked it, it was a hit in the city from then on out.
Man, that's real. That's real.
Is there anybody in Shreveport that you endorse right now as like the next up, you know, a younger wave that's doing their thing?
Nah, because if I say one of their name and I don't say all of them,
Right.
they all gonna start arguing.
Got you.
I just seen somebody do something like this recently, and I look at them like they all my kids.
Right.
I never want to speak on one of them if I can't speak on all of them.
Gotcha.
Not in the form of they my kids, but in the form of I take care of home like a mother would take care of his child. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I would never want to disappoint nobody coming from home. Them like my babies, my kids, you feel me? Like they all great, everybody doing their thing. If you name them from Shreveport right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I know their name, I can tell you they jamming, but I ain't just gonna say no names and leave some, cause it's gonna be somebody DM me tonight and say, man, bro, you ain't say my name. And then I'm gonna realize he really go hard and I was tripping.
Well, what about this? Is there a song that that we should look out for? I'm trying to think of a way to tap in the, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think nobody got no big single coming out of Shreveport right now.
Got any shout outs?
Shout out to my mama, my daddy, my grandma, my granddaddy, God, RealLyfe, Street Stars.
Amen.
You dig? Shout out to in general, I would like to say shout out to fake ass niggas.
Nah, for real.
Nah, they don't need attention. You know, cause I learned a lot from fake homeboys who I thought had my back, you know, and put knives in my back. Like, I got my knowledge from fake ass niggas. He taught me everything I know, you feel me? I want to give him a big shout out. Yeah.
And for anybody who want to get in contact with you for any bookings or features, how would they do that?
You can holler at the Mimi Agency. You could DM me on Instagram. Man, you can holler at 3 Feet. You can holler at Mimi. You can holler at 2. Like I said, we out here. I ain't really that hard to find.
Amen.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we thank you for coming spending time with us, brother, man. We just wish you a blessing on all your endeavors, brother. You going hard, man. Straight legend in this bitch.
And you've been killing, hey, like I said, you've been killing everything you've been touching, nigga. You've been doing that for years, but you really going
I just
in,
been
bro.
throwing out records, bro, just to get a feel of what's going on. But now I'm finna put that real gas on the fire and crank this shit all the way up, you dig? Yeah.
Hey, man, like we say, don't get too lit to forget, man. Come back, fuck with us when you drop that project, whatever you're doing. You are a real life street star.
You dig? Shout out RealLyfe Street Stars, nigga. Move.